welcome to my channel. I decided today to ask the spirit of the Okapi for a message of guidance. So the cards we got were adventure, nothingness, love, and the solar plexus chakra. So with adventure, you see they're just a child trying to go ahead on their adventure, trying to figure out things in life. And this is your time right now to go ahead and venture forward with whatever plans you've had in your heart or whatever things you've just been excited about. Obviously, as a kid, you don't really have an idea of what's going on all the time, but you're just kind of trusting the energy of what's around you. You don't know the path forward, and there's a lot of different scenarios that could happen. And it's easy to just think of all the negative that can happen, and also understand that, yeah, there can be a lot of downsides that can happen. But understanding that it's all just a part of the process, and to really have faith in what might come, and also just really having the fun of it. Like, life is going to have all of these ups and downs, all of this uncertainty, but we're still here, and it's time to allow yourself to experience that. It's easy to just stay in one spot and just feel safer that way, but you're missing out on a lot of opportunities and a lot of ways that you can give to the world and give to this inner child of you that's wanting to take that next step, that's wanting to see what else is out there and what else you have to offer and what the world has to offer you as well. So for the next card, we got nothingness. And with this card, it's almost like the void, that in-between space where anything is possible. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you're going to create. It's just, it talks about like how that point in sleep, in that like darkness where it's like you're not sure, anything could happen. It's just like a blank slate. It's like almost like before everything was created, where there's just like this void, this endless possibility of anything, and from that everything was created. So this emptiness, this unknowing has everything, and it's easy to create nightmares, to create pessimism out of the uncertainty, because it can be scary. That void has anything and everything. It's like looking into the darkness. You don't know what's going to come out of that darkness, when really, instead of just automatically associating that with something negative or scary, is in that unknown. If you can create anything from the void, why would you want to create that fear? Why would you want to create the darkness? Because whatever you're focusing on, whatever you want to create, you're going to get. So just understanding, like, yeah, this almost emptiness, this unknownness, it can be overwhelming, and whatever you decide to create from that or feed into that is what you're going to release. So instead of just going the negative route and choosing despair or choosing fear, like, why wouldn't you want to create that beauty? Why wouldn't you want to create that excitement that you have in this opportunity right now? Again, I know it's like scary, it's this empty kind of void space, this dark matter, but you have within you this safety, this knowingness, this essence that nothing can take away, that nothing can destroy, because it's that direct link to the source, to your higher self, creator, whatever you believe in, your ancestors, all of that. You have this light around you and within you, And you can use that light to create beautiful things from this nothingness, from this void. Instead of seeing it as something scary, just see it as a blank slate. See it as a canvas that you can create anything from, that you can mold to create a reality where you're going to have a lot of beautiful things in your life, and you're going to be able to show people everything that you can create and bring from yourself, from you using this void space to mold a life that you want for yourself and for the people around you. And so for the next card, we got love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So it's like speaking on this nothingness, this void space. It's like, again, you have this light in the middle, you have this canvas, and knowing and not forgetting that you have this direct connection, that your baseline is love, your baseline is this creation. So just remembering, like, you don't have to have that negative mindset, and you can just tap into that light within yourself. And from that, you can take from this nothingness and make a fun, beautiful place for yourself. So just remembering that you do have that line to creation, to your ancestors, to your higher self. And that is what is really going to help you. That's what's really going to keep you grounded and safe. And for the last card, we got solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination. So speaking on like the whole, with the love being your baseline, the solar plexus chakra talks about like this is like what helps center you. Like, yes, you have like the root chakra that will ground you to the earth, but the solar plexus, that's like right in the middle. Like, you think of like on a tree, it's like the middle section of the tree that helps in between like the sky and the earth. So right with this, if you can make sure that you're healing this chakra, make sure that you're tapping into the creativity, you can get anything from the ether, anything from this void space, and staying in that rooted part of yourself, staying connected to you, to this baseline of who you are, that's going to help create this adventure for yourself. That's going to help keep you on the path without veering into these fearful mindsets, into, again, what the darkness could bring if you allow yourself to give into the fear of it. This is nothing. This is a void. And again, the void itself can be scary if you're going to look at it as something scary. If you look at it as there's something in that darkness, like I need to be careful, I need to watch out, then that's what's going to come out of that void space. But if you look at whatever you have going on right now as an adventure, as an opportunity, you're going to see that from this void space, it is love. It is that baseline, because when you can actually tap into that void space, you literally can create anything from that. You just have to feel safe and trust that it doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be something negative. It just is. And from here, it's like the clay of your creation. You can create anything from molding that clay. You just have to decide your mindset from it and what you're going to build from it, whether it's going to be something scary or whether it's going to be something that makes you happy or that really expands on the life you want to build for yourself. So if you are having issues of fear or you are having uncertainty, just making sure you're centered, making sure and reminding yourself that you are a being of love and you don't have to be afraid. Keeping that like childlike wonder and innocence is going to help you really build from this. Like, if you can take any situation where you're at in more negative, and you can build through this void and actually change the narrative for yourself. Even if you're going through a hard time, knowing that you don't have to permanently stay stuck in that situation, knowing that, hey, even if, let's say, you are in a point where you are in like the scary darkness, or you are in a point where it's monsters that are being created from this void space, remembering like, hey, I can stay anchored in myself. I know who I am. I know that I'm a being of love. And I know the path I want for myself. I know I want to get away from those types of fears, those types of scary situations, and making the decision like to do what you can to find that light, to find that connection to source, to your higher self, in order to get to that place. And once you've made those steps towards it, this constant void, this constant uncertainty, again, you can create anything from it. So once you kind of made the steps away from, if you are in like more negative situations, this is infinite possibilities. This is anything, because again, it's nothing, and in that way it's everything. So from there, you can continue to have this adventure, to have these different opportunities for yourself. It's just, again, like the important steps of making sure you stay anchored to you and remember that you are that love. Because once you have these perfected, this is easy. This doesn't have to be scary. It can definitely be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be scary. And you don't have to create more negative events or fears if you really practice and work on making sure you have this solar plexus chakra healed. And again, just always remembering that you are a being of love. If any types of things you're telling yourself or that other people around you are telling you are not from a place of love, are just causing these uncertainties in your mind to become more fearful or more negative, then you know that's not something you should be listening to. Like, yes, you can be realistic about, yeah, there can be dangers out there. There can be negative things that happen, but just remembering that you know what you want for yourself, and any types of situations or people that come up that aren't coming from this place of love, that are creating more of a fear or uncertainty, those are people that you don't need to associate with, or that you need to distance yourself from. Again, everything, if it's not coming from that place of love, then that means that it's not going to help you on your journey. And again, it can be difficult, especially if you have these programmings that you haven't healed yet, and you keep running into those types of people that are toxic or that haven't worked on their healing. But just being able to notice when they're saying or doing things not from a place of love, and just remembering, hey, when you see those red flags, okay, it's time to kind of distance myself. It's time to center back to myself, to the child inside of me, and what they want and what makes them happy. Because again, we all have the ability to create this really amazing realities for ourselves if we're willing to not be afraid of the void and the uncertainty and the what ifs. So again, as long as you're working on these two, this will come easily and you won't have to be afraid of that nothingness. So just making sure you're taking more time to just be more positive. Well, not even necessarily just more positive in your self-talk, but just not being harsh with yourself. And if negative things come up, just allowing yourself to understand where that fear is coming from, but also understanding like, okay, well, am I doing the steps I need to prevent those things or to have my backup plans if things don't go the way I want to? And again, working with that solar plexus to make sure that you, again, do feel more centered, because then those kind of thoughts, even if they do come up, you'll be able to handle them more smoothly and more rationally, and not just automatically like get scared and then not want to do the ideas you have in the first place. So that's the message for y'all today, and I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you have a happy new moon. Thank you.